So moving into the Padres recap, they're going to be playing the Mariners Friday night. It's Chris Paddock's time. He's looked really good the last two starts. And so Chase, you can start this out, man. What should we expect from Chris Paddock in this Friday night game?
So I'm expecting like 4 innings because I still think they're going to piggyback him with either Weathers or Lamet, or maybe even Miggy Diaz again. I just don't think that any of our guys are completely healthy yet because all of them had mistimed, and I don't know. We really don't know what Paddock went out with. It was just a medical condition that was undisclosed. So I don't know if that means he's completely healthy now after a few starts to go a full 5 innings. So I'm expecting a piggyback, maybe 4 innings at most from Paddock. I'm hoping 5 because, then it taxes the bullpen less. But I'm hoping he goes out there and continues to dominate like he has. We could knock Chris Paddock, and ever since he's came back, he's been really dominant. He's kind of been his 2019 self. He's shown the curveball a little bit more. It's been working. He's been hitting his spots. His velocity's up. His changeup's been getting the swings and misses that he needs. So you know what? I'm hoping for another dominant performance from Paddock tomorrow or today.
I think the thing that's really been promising about Paddock is the confidence in the fastball, and then to go along with that, it seems like he just randomly found confidence in the curveball as well, which we hadn't seen at all, and then all of a sudden he starts throwing it, and it's been really effective. So hopefully that stays consistent as well. But the Padres only have Paddock slated. They don't have a guy for Saturday, don't have a guy for Sunday. I would expect that Darvish will probably pitch on Sunday. Just thinking maybe it's Monday when he comes out, but I'm guessing that Darvish is going to be the guy Sunday, and Saturday will be like a Weathers Lamet combo day. Don't know if that's for sure yet, but I would think that's going to happen. But what about the guys that are slated on the mound for the Mariners? On Friday, it's going to be Chris Flexen. Then it's Sheffield. Is it Sheffield on Saturday? And then Sunday is Kikuchi. So what was just kind of like, what are you expecting from those guys? I know that Flexen has looked really good this year. I think he has a sub-4 ERA, and he has a 4.1 record as well. So what's kind of like the scouting report on these guys? Who's going to be tough to hit? Who do you think the Padres can kind of take advantage of in this series?
So I don't know too much about Flexen. He is a right-handed pitcher, so I'm expecting the defense to be tempered a little bit because some of the guys hit righties a little less than lefties. We have a really good lefty hitting crew, so the next 2 games after that, I completely feel like the Padres are just going to dominate. Sheffield has been doing all right. He has currently a 4.62 ERA. Nothing really special. He's had a few good games, but the games he hasn't, he's been pretty rocked. And the same thing with Kikuchi. He's done a little bit better than he has the past 2 years, but he still has an ERA over 4. He's kind of unorthodox in his delivery, so we might see the Padres struggle maybe the first inning, maybe 2, but after that, I feel like they'll take over the game because bring 2 lefties, and we got Machado, Tatis. Grish hits lefties really well. Crony hits lefties pretty well. Even Haas has been hitting lefties really well. So I really don't feel like we'll have a problem. It should be a sweep, in my opinion. As long as the pitching holds out, and hopefully we get to see our guys go 5+ innings and see some guys get really healthy coming up. Because you know what? That'd be really important for the Padres right now.
Yeah, I think the Sunday game is the one that if Darvish does pitch, you should definitely expect to win that game. I do think you could be a little bit, up in the air about the other two. I think Friday, I mean, we've seen Chris Paddock look good lately. So if he looks good like how he has lately and he can go, let's say, 4 innings, I think that bodes well for your chances of winning that game. However, if he gets, he struggles and he has one of those bad innings like we've seen, like many of the innings we've seen earlier in the year where, he has an outing and he goes 5 innings, but in that second inning, he gave up 5 runs. If we see an outing like that, it could be a little bit difficult to come back in that game. And then Saturday, not really knowing who's going to be on the mound, but I would expect it's going to be a Weathers-Paddock combo. I feel pretty confident when Weathers and Lamet are out there. So hopefully that's the case because I feel pretty confident about that one. But I definitely think that maybe another sweep. I mean, could this be a 9-game win streak when we talk next? I certainly hope so. But who's your guy that's like a key to win this series or a key to sweep this series? I guess if we're kind of going out there and saying that the Padres are going to be going out for this 9-game win streak, hopefully. But who's the guy that really has to just ball out and perform super well for that to happen?
I'm going to say Manny because I really want to see finally break, get those multi-hit games, him hit for some power, because honestly, we haven't seen that a lot. Tatis has come out and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to flex my power, but Machado hasn't gotten there yet, so I'm hoping to see that.
Yeah, I definitely like that as well. We've been saying Manny for a while. I think all of us have just been like rotating through like, hey, Manny's going to ball out this series. He's going to ball out this series. We know it's going to happen. We've seen how Machado is. Only seen him in a couple years in San Diego, but throughout his career, we know he's going to get back to those career numbers. We know he's going to, hit 250 to 280 most years and just, bring in 35, 40 bombs. I mean, that's kind of what I expect from him. And I think we're going to see him surge and really carry the offense eventually at a point in the season. Don't know if it's this series. I would love it. I mean, we've seen him have some big games where it looks like, okay, now he's on, and then he'll, slow down a little bit. So hopefully he's the guy that keeps going. I think it's going to be Tatis again. I think we saw him come back, go for 4 for 4, move his average up to 270. It seems like he got a little bit of rest. Hopefully, his swing is a little bit more situated, because we were talking about it's going to take some time for that. Maybe just not playing for, like a week. Maybe not playing for a week is going to help him, kind of adjust to that and start adjusting to his swing. Because I think we've seen that he's been able to do that. But I think if he just keeps carrying it on and, plays like this MVP caliber player that he is, that can be the difference. I mean, he can single-handedly win any game. So I think there's only a few guys in the league that can do that. So I'm going to say Tatis. Apparently, we're going with the heavy hitters today, Chase, Tatis, and Manny. But I like it. I mean, hopefully these guys come out and ball out. Also, had to bring this up before we head out here, but we are going to see some of Taylor Trammell. So exciting to see him, former Padre top 5 prospect. I want to say he was the 5th guy. We saw him moved last year, but gonna be really interesting to see him on the field. Haven't really watched him. I have seen, you sent me some highlights of him just kind of raking balls, but an exciting little guy to watch there. And hopefully, I mean, I think we all wish him as much success as possible. He was only in San Diego for a small time, but we still got a little bit excited about him when we acquired him for the Franmil Reyes trade. But I think that's going to do it today. We just wanted to get something out real quick to everyone. Didn't have a ton of time to record this week, so apologies for that. But we'll be back either Sunday or Monday to bring you guys some more Padres content. And if this is your first time checking us out, make sure to subscribe. We'll be bringing content out all season long.